Alrighty. What we have here is a failure to bolt a cap down. Huh. Okay. It looks to me like it pulled that lower mount right up through the frame. Great. This side's not that far gone. The rubber is actually on this side. This side is still good shape. I'm going to say that front one's in good shape. This one not so much. Somebody's already replaced this one. Okay. So let's get a game plan. I'm gonna have first take that mount loose so I can lift this side of the cab up to get that piece out of there, because right now it's jammed. You can see this side has already been replaced. The other side looked decent. Yeah, this side looks good back here. This one, the rubber looks good. The bolt's still there. And the rubber feels good on the top side. I'm gonna leave this side alone. All right, I guess the first thing I need to do is get that bolt out, or at least loosen it up to where I can lift the cab up a little bit and get this pulled apart. It looks like I'm gonna have to, kind of hard to tell. I'm gonna have to put a plate right there with a hole in it. I just wonder how bad the encapsulated nut is. I hope I can get that out. All right. Good morning. No, it's not the next morning like I had planned. It's actually 3 days later. I need to get something done on this thing, you know. I told Tanya not to come in to sand because I haven't had time to mess with it. I guess it's time to get busy. Well, it's metric, guys. I don't know my metrics. Well, that don't make sense. That one's awful loose. Let's go back to this one. Maybe I was holding my tongue wrong. Let's try a standard. Yeah, it's not right, but we'll try it. That ought to be enough. All I gotta do is lift it up a little bit. Yeah, I told you it wasn't right. See if we can't jack this up. Uh-oh. I don't think that's gonna work. Dang it. Let's try this again. Lift that down a little bit, move it over. I don't know. I got it lifted up. Now let's see what we got up here. Well, would you look at that? All right, how am I gonna get that out of there? I don't know if I can go up any higher. Come on. Huh. That's supposed to be underneath of it, guys. Well, there ain't even a bolt in it. I'm half scared to jack it up any higher. Okay, I can hear it creaking. Let's see if we can get it out of there now. There we go. All right. Yeah, the bolt's just missing. Look at that. Awesome. I'll go get a metric jump bolt. Cut a plate for in there. And modify a body mount to fit. Yeah. And now this side, I don't know how well you can see, but this side, somebody has put a plate on there and didn't weld it. So I'm gonna have to weld this side too. The passenger side looks great. This side, not so much. Let's go ahead and get this mount out of the way. All right. Let that hang there so I don't have to drop my impact. There's that mount. Let's get this top out of here. Oh yeah. Beautiful. Okay. Well, let's get this off of here. I'm going to go out on a limb here and say this is no good. All right, let me grab my tape measure. I'll get some measurements here. All right, let's go 4 1/4. We'll go 4 1/4 diameter. Let's make sure this one's the same. Yep. Okay, 4 1/4 diameter. I want to make sure that bolt is the same as the back one. Yes, it is. Okay, so I gotta stop and pick up a bolt, and I've got to make 2 new plates, one for there and one for there. I can put the body mount on top. The plate has a hole right in the center, and we'll just make this 60 to 66 body mounts, because if we walk over here, I've got 60 to 66 body mounts. We'll just bring them this way. We're going to replace both sides, the front or the front and the rear. We'll use these, and we'll get this taken care of. That'll work out nice. I hope it holds. I don't think it's going to. All right, let me grab a clamp. That'll be close enough. If it falls, I'll stand back. I can't put no pressure on it. There we go. I don't know what that was. Oh, the magnet's holding it. Doop! What the heck is going on my drill? Oh, gotta turn the magnet on, guys. I really need to pull this drill apart again to clean them slides. Actually, what I need to do is take the time to wire in my 3-phase drill press. It would be much better doing this. But as you know, I don't have much time, ever. Get you out of the way. Yeah, probably ought to put my drill back. Otherwise, I might end up breaking it or losing it or something to that nature. Good morning, everybody. Hey, there's a pretty truck. And an imitation blazer. Looks like a, I don't know, a equinox or a rendezvous, or I don't know. They're all the same now. But look at that. Oh, pretty. Gorgeous. Gorgeous, I tell you. It is Friday morning. Friday. Yes, I feel much better today. A lot of stress has been lifted. Tomorrow, I'm working on this. We're supposed to have storms all day tomorrow, so I can't do dirt work again. But I need to get this done. Today, we're working on that. And we're working on that. Yeah, I'd say somebody cobbed this one up just a wee bit. This was sitting on top of that frame and it was all bolted to that, so it wasn't attached to nothing. But you already seen that. Okay. Well, I'm gonna get busy, guys.
Neither one, JG, neither one, buddy. No, steering wheel's not off. I don't want to shoot too much of the interior until we do the video. Again, I'd rather wait for the video to show you guys.
Dag nabbit. At least it didn't break. Well, a little bit, but it'll be all right. Should have just hung it up like I always do, anywho. There's one.
video because, to be honest with you, I don't know if it will. But you know what we will do? We will get it running and driving. I'm going to take it loose, and we're going to go ahead and get one, maybe two more cars in here. Because if I'm being honest with you, I've got a competition in New York tomorrow, so let's go. Alright, let me get you moved over here closer. I'm going to sweep up some of this. Oh, huge.
Can't beat them, join them.
Sweep this up real quick, and I think what I'm going to do next is get the RT dug out.
I'm taping the edges of the parts that I gotta weld in. I want to get the primer put or undercoating on it, and I think it'd be easier before I weld it in. So what I'm doing, I'm gonna undercoat one side of it, and that side will go up because, you know, I'm gonna be welding down here. The small pieces, I can completely undercoat those because, you know, all they are is a washer to hold that bottom rubber piece. Come on now. Don't do me that way. Get off my finger. So I'll get this top side undercoated and both sides of the other pieces. All those are is a washer. And you know me, put it on heavy. All right, now I get the fun of getting up here and getting that cleaned up. Yeah, that's gonna be fun. something else to get back in there with. All right, I know it's not dry yet, but let's see how it fits. Oh yeah, that'll be perfect. I'll be able to get nice weld around that. But you know, I've got to clean the unhook the battery first. You know how I am. I got to unhook the battery on any computerized vehicle. Going up. All right, get you right up in here. I'm gonna get this bolt up in, maybe. There we go. And then push that up. That way I can make sure it's lined up. And then I'm gonna get the welder over here and I'm gonna tack it in place. Put that right there. Yeah. And get it tacked in place, and then I'll go to the other side and get it tacked in place, and then I'll fire the welder up, get it stitched in there, undercoated, and then I can bolt the body mounts down. I had to pull that down for a minute just to make sure everything was ready. Look at that, man. Now if I can get a good ground. And be able to weld both sides. Any of you watched my members video last Saturday know what happened with me welding overhead. Lord, I hope it don't do it again, because I'll tell you, I've got a hole about 1 inch in diameter around my ankle. All right, guys, let's see if we can keep from burning ourselves. Man, I'll tell you what, that's kind of hard to get up in there like that. Whew. Hard on the old neck. Ouch. Yeah, ouch. That's all I'm gonna say, ouch. Man. I'm gonna try welding the other direction, see if that'll help. I've got to be honest, guys. I've been putting this off because I knew how much of a pain in the Rumpelstiltskin this was going to be. Oh man. All right. I got another hot one trying to get me. It ain't gonna happen. Hopefully. Man, I'll tell you what. I can't see squat. There we go. Ouch. Oh man. It's getting there. It's getting there. Okay, now I gotta try to get to the other side over here, you know. Can I do it? Not with you sitting there. All right, that'll work. And get the bolt out of there now, so I can try to get up there and clean it. I'm gonna have to get some screens for my doors. That way I can open them and not worry about my kitty cat getting out. close enough. Okay, now that'll be close enough. Hey, look at that. Huh, look at that, would you? Would you look at that? That's pretty good. That's pretty good, if you ask me. Yeah. Pretty good. Pretty good. Not exact, but pretty good. There we go. All right. I guess I stretched my loader down here. And get a tackaroo. This one might be a little funner to weld. That double cable kind of in the way. But we'll see what we can do. Actually, yeah. It's not too bad without a helmet. The big thing's gonna be when I put my helmet on. But we'll get it. All right, I gotta clean my nozzle and grab my helmet. Yeah, it's going all right. Well, there we go. Alright, it's getting there. Man, my arms are getting tired, guys. Great. I can't see it because the light's making my helmet darken. Gonna rest my arms a second, guys. Woohoo! Alright, last little bit here. Come on. Okay. Woohoo! Doggies. Rough, rough. Hey guys, you know what that means? That's right. It's time to grind. Where did I put my die grinder? Did you guys see it laying anywhere? I found it. Guess where I found it? Any guesses? Last place I used it. Can I get up in there? I don't know. Nope. Maybe. Close enough. Yep, close enough. All right, I'm gonna let that cool off for a few minutes. I'll go ahead and squirt a little undercoating on that. And what do you know? We're almost done with this part of the job. All right, while we're waiting on that to cool off enough for undercoating to stick, this is gonna be what I use for the lower mount. Oh, there you are. I'm holding you way down here. You need to be up here. This is gonna be the lower mount. This is the sleeve that's supposed to go inside of it. Now, I don't have a sleeve for this, so I'm going to take this sleeve from another upper mount and I'm going to split it right in the middle. Now, I'll line that up on my line right there and you can see it's down in. I'm going to split that right dead center. That way when I tighten it down, it's like this and it squeezes that rubber. You want movement in there, but you don't want it loose. So I'm gonna take my cutoff wheel, or death wheel as some of you call it, and I'm gonna split that right in the center. And then I've got two of them, one for the front, one for the rear. Now, I don't want to squeeze that to where it crushes this, so it's not as tight as I'd like to see it. That's okay, I'll just take it nice and easy. Just let the wheel of death slowly eat at the corpse. All right, now I gotta let them cool off. Baked on. Not half baked, full baked. Look at that. Look at that bubbling, boiling undercoating. Oh yeah. Ooh, drippy. It's drippy, man, drippy. Ew, dripping all over my hand too. All right, now we'll let that drip and dry. All right, that's better. Got the sleeve in there. I'll slide that up in. Line that up. I've got to let this down a little bit because I know the bolt's not gonna reach. What's fun is I cannot find the tool for my jack. So we're doing it the right way here. Let's before we set that all the way down, let's make sure it's lined up and answer the phone. All right, let's let that on down right there, just barely touching. Oh man, I hope that's enough. Get that up here. Can you even see where I'm at? There. And those brake cables are in the way. Let's cut them. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Oh, I forgot the washer. Hold on. All right. I'll grab the washer, get it put on there. All right, I'm back. Come on, where are you at? Don't tell me my bolt ain't long enough. Huh. Dag nabbit, I know it was in there. Hold on. All right, so that other rubber was about that tall. I'm going to use this one. It'll make my bolts long enough to reach. It's got that sleeve in there that sticks up. I'm going to take that sleeve, put it inside like that. That way it's the same. I might have to cut this down just a little bit more, but the main thing is I got to get that sleeve cut down. I'm gonna burn some rubber here. Okay, and I think I'm gonna grab a new cutoff wheel. That way it's big enough to reach all the way across. Well, I gotta plug it in. Yeah, that would help. Gotta plug it in, guys. And I gotta change my glasses too. I can't afford to buy new glasses right now, so I gotta put my old ones on. All right, here we go. Let's get her done. Smoking. Hey, does that count as another burnout in the shop? Yeah, I gotta cut that one down too. All right, here we go. Perfect. This time I put the sleeve in there, I'll do it all at once. Smoking. Looks like a bearing, but it's not. All right, let's see if it'll fit in there now. Oh yeah, look at that. Like a glove. All right. I'm not going to tighten it down just yet. I'll get the front one down. I got to raise it back up a little bit. If I can. That might be fun. I guess I should have put this in there before I did the back. All right, hold on. Let me pop that back bolt out. I'll jack it up, get these mounts in there. Man, that was fun. Not. Okay, I gotta let the jack down again. Get the back one put up in. I was beginning to worry if I was going to be able to get it in place. I had to jack it up till it wouldn't go no more. Okay, the back one started. Let me run it in just a little bit. Okay, perfect. Now, I get the front one. Oh yeah. All right. Cab is secure. All right. See, this is the same mount style that's supposed to be on the Blue Mule. I had to buy a whole nother truck in order to get the mounts. And of course I got some other stuff off of it I needed as well, but when I did that truck, you could not buy the mounts. I've called around a few different places when I started this one, thinking, well, maybe they started making them, but nope, haven't found them yet. Don't need them now. It's mounted. That's right. It's mounted. I'm ready to go down to the ground, guys. Let me see. I like these little jacks. They're light. Lighter. Okay. No more tools. I'll get my light out of the way. And let's see. Move my electrical cords. Going down. Cab and bed look good to each other. Cab and bed look good to each other. Awesome. And now this. I got holes like that all the way around where they had a cover on there. I got to plug those. Take my razor and cut those hoses. And I got one rust spot right here. Get those, excuse me. Get those taken care of. He did ask me to try and fix a couple of these dents, the bigger ones. So I might just use a dent puller on them. Get all the welds ground up, and then I'll get it out of the way. I'm done with it. Tanya's gonna come in and take care of getting the whole inside down to here taken care of. She's gonna get it all sanded out. I'm gonna hit it with some primer and some black paint. All right, first of all, get my big butt up in here. I'm gonna go around and clean up all the spots that I gotta weld. Must be getting about lunchtime. I'm making room. Spin to the right. That one's double hold. They must have missed it on the first one. It happens. It really does happen. All right, now we'll get this side over here that's got that rust hole. I'm glad it's not lifted. This taillight's taped in. You know what? I think I might have one of them taillights upstairs. I'll have to check. If I do, I'll just switch it out. All right, all right. Looks like another soft spot right there. All right, I'm fairly confident I found them all. Let's go. 3. By 1/2. The reason the pedal's not coming back up is because it's not setting level. I've got to get it level, but I haven't had the time. All right, grab the cut off and get that cut. Remember guys, you got to protect the glass. Weld BBs, cutting BBs, grinding BBs do not come off of glass. Get down there, I can't see my line. dag nabbit.
Where'd my needle nose go, guys? Come on now. I can't do work without my needle nose. Where'd it go? Stay. How am I gonna protect you if you keep getting undressed? All right. Now, I found them again. Do you fit? Not quite. Not quite. All right, we gotta do a little grinding right there. There's rust in there. See? More rust. Oh, big chunk of rust. Well, come on, I didn't know you was gonna be that much. Now to let it dry. While that's drying, let's zap some hose. Well, it's thin enough. I think I need my helmet. I hate wearing a helmet. But sometimes you got to. One hole plugged. Two hole plugged. Three. Four. Five. Oh no. Oh, I will be able to get them. Awesome. Okay. I don't think I'll be able to get this side. Alright, gotta move my water. I don't know if that'll be enough. Nope. That's the one that had two holes. Wish my ankle would quit hurting. Not only from burning it, but from twisting it. All right, I undercoated the inside of that too. I do a little bit of grinding. This side looks good. This side I need a little bit of grinding right there. Just a touch more. There's a burr on that. Come on now. All right, let me go grab my air hose with the nozzle. Ew, something grody on there. excuse me. I think I need a new disc. leave that in there because Tanya's gonna need it. What you doing over there, Ornery? All right, glaze that in. I'm gonna get this sanded after lunch. Yeah, I didn't know Never Done was going live today. I caught him earlier, right on the end of the video. Boy, that ain't very good paper. I gotta get a new piece. And then I ended up getting busy doing some other stuff. Just got back to this, and I thought, well, I'm gonna watch what their live was about. Come to find out, they was on a live for an hour and 20 minutes. Didn't even get notified.
Right, those text messages for us. I got to read them and say that they still do it. Glad that video. But y'all how bad see y'all but this low stress is really good. It says he's feeling great. I'm glad to hear that. If you notice, the whole thing is not on this. That's just a few trying to rebuild my oh, I'll just imagine. It sounds lost. It looks okay, right? The crank, on the other hand, he does it. There's a bubble. I don't think that's supposed to be there. But yeah, so needless to say, we simply the amount of fish, and that's not including that what left at the free factory, into the amount of fish. We definitely disassembly. Your rapid disassembly. Ooh, that would be cool. We were talking about potentially doing a giveaway of the rod. But I don't know if anybody would be interested in that.
All right, let me go get my other paper.
Yeah, and this one here's got the drilled brakes, power brakes. I mean, that's who I got it from. Had that in there.
All right, have a good one. This one's for you, Rusty. That has a 352 in it, and he runs the airport, so he runs avgas, and He runs avgas and everything. But he was here for over an hour. This is close. I gotta sand up under here yet, but that's okay. I'll wait till Monday. I got other stuff I gotta get done, and it is getting late already, so. But cab's done. All the holes are plugged. The rust is fixed. Tanya can come in here Monday morning and have at her. I better shut my gas off. I'm gonna have to get a couple things moved around before I leave, but other than that, I'm ready to go home. I drove the skid loader home at lunch because I needed to do some stuff around the house. I jump started that and drove it back. I gotta get me a battery. They don't make them like they used to. This mower is only 3 years old, not even 3 years old. All right, guys, I'm gonna jump off here. Till the next one, have a blessed evening.